Welcome back, everyone. The new Once Human update, version 1.3, is coming on October 17th, and it's loaded with new content and improvements that'll shake things up for all players. Let's dive right in and break it all down. Stick around, because I'll also tell you why it might be a good idea to wait a few days before jumping into the new scenario. Don't forget to drop a comment and let me know what you think. The upcoming Once Human update, version 1.3, launching on 17th of October 2024, is packed with extensive changes, introducing new content, mechanics, and improvements that will significantly enhance the game for every type of player. Whether you are focused on exploration, crafting, or engaging in high-stakes combat, this patch delivers a wide range of updates to keep you engaged. One of the standout additions is the Way of Winter mode, an entirely new survival experience. In this mode, you will find yourself battling not only enemies, but also the extreme cold of a frozen wasteland. The environment itself becomes an enemy, with snowstorms reducing visibility and cold temperatures draining your stamina and health. New weather effects like freezing rain and snow buildup will dynamically change how you navigate the world. To survive, you will need to craft specialized winter gear, including snow boots to improve mobility on icy terrain, insulated clothing to prevent frostbite, and heated tents to set up temporary shelters during expeditions. The environmental hazards will force players to adapt their strategies, prioritizing warmth and shelter just as much as combat readiness. Speaking of crafting, this update introduces several new resources exclusive to winter biomes. Materials such as frozen steel, frostbite bark, and glacier crystal can now be gathered from the environment, allowing you to craft powerful new items. These materials will be essential for building cold-resistant structures and crafting frost-infused weapons that deal extra damage to enemies vulnerable to ice attacks. Additionally, players can now craft winter-specific tools like the ice pick, which allows you to mine frozen surfaces for rare materials, and the snow sled, making it easier to transport heavy loads across snowy terrain. Base building receives a significant overhaul in this patch. New defensive structures such as spiked barricades, reinforced turrets, and watchtowers are now available, allowing players to better fortify their bases against increasingly difficult waves of enemies. Base defense will require more tactical planning as the AI has been improved, making enemies smarter and more persistent. Enemy waves will no longer mindlessly rush your walls. They will now try to outflank you, target weak points in your defenses, or use ranged attacks to soften up your structures before sending in melee fighters. You can also upgrade your defensive structures to withstand harsher attacks, with new tiers of materials like hardened stone and reinforced iron being introduced. In terms of combat, the update brings a new frost weapon class, offering players a new way to deal with enemies in winter zones. These weapons, infused with elemental ice damage, can slow enemies on hit, giving players a tactical advantage in battle. New animations have been added for these weapons, giving combat a more immersive feel, especially when using abilities that create ice shards or cause freezing explosions. Additionally, all existing weapon classes have undergone balancing tweaks, ensuring that weaker weapons like the crossbow and short sword feel more effective in combat situations. The sniper rifle and rocket launcher have also been reworked to be more responsive and impactful in combat, making them more satisfying to use in intense fights. A new enemy faction, the Frostbound, makes its debut in this patch. These enemies are native to the frozen regions and bring unique abilities and tactics to the battlefield. Some Frostbound enemies can summon snowstorms that obscure vision, while others can teleport short distances across the battlefield, making them difficult to pin down. There are also Frostbound shamans who can heal their allies and weaken your defenses, creating more complex battle scenarios where players need to prioritize which enemies to eliminate first. Fighting this new faction will require new strategies, especially when encountering their larger, more dangerous units, such as the Frostbound Golem, a massive enemy capable of dealing devastating area of effect attacks. Exploration has also been greatly expanded. The new region, Frostspire Mountains, offers vast landscapes filled with hidden caves, ancient ruins, and dangerous wildlife. Inside these caves, players can find rare treasures and encounter hidden bosses that drop valuable loot. The mountain range also introduces a verticality element, where players can use climbing gear to scale steep cliffs or navigate icy ravines. Exploration rewards include new crafting blueprints, high-tier weapons, and hidden lore that expands on the game's backstory. For those looking to improve their resource gathering, the update includes several changes aimed at making material collection more efficient. Auto-gathering drones can now be deployed to collect basic materials like wood, stone, and ores, freeing up players to focus on higher-tier resources. There are also new harvesting tools, such as the advanced lumberjack axe and mining drill, which significantly increase the speed of gathering resources. On top of that, certain resource nodes in the winter zones have been adjusted to drop more valuable items, reducing the grind and allowing for faster crafting progression. Additionally, the inventory management system has been overhauled. Players now have access to larger storage spaces and new inventory sorting features. Items can be automatically categorized into weapons, crafting materials, consumables, and more, making it easier to find what you need in the heat of battle. The crafting interface has also been streamlined, allowing for quicker navigation between different crafting recipes and materials. On the technical side, the developers have focused on improving performance and stability. The game now runs smoother during large-scale encounters, with optimizations that reduce lag and improve frame rates, particularly during heavy combat sequences. Hit detection has been improved, and latency issues have been minimized, ensuring that your actions in combat feel more responsive and accurate. The patch also includes fixes for long-standing bugs, such as animation glitches, hitbox issues, and texture popping in certain environments. Audio design has received an upgrade as well. Players will now notice improved sound effects for weather conditions, giving more depth to snowstorms, icy winds, and footsteps crunching through snow. Spatial audio has been enhanced, making it easier to pinpoint enemy movements in combat, particularly in the new winter regions where environmental sounds play a key role in survival. For players interested in customization, new winter-themed skins and cosmetics are being added. These include winter outfits, icy weapon skins, and special effects for your character's movements, such as leaving behind frost trails. The in-game store will also feature new seasonal items, allowing players to further personalize their look as they explore the winter wastelands. These are just some of the key features and changes coming in 1.3. For a full breakdown of all the updates, check out the complete patch notes available in the description. Alright, now that we've covered the patch, like I mentioned earlier, let's talk about why you might want to wait a few days before jumping into the new scenario. First, your server could be close to reaching the next stage, which means more rewards, including star chrome, controllers, Mitsuko marks, and other valuable items. By holding off, you can also learn from any mistakes other players might make during the server transfer, giving you an edge. Plus, you'll have time to fully understand how the new scenario exit works and use it to your advantage. If you're still on Stage 6 and waiting, it could be worth joining a server for the Wish Machine banners and other easy rewards, as I mentioned earlier. This also gives you a chance to catch up if you've fallen behind on your current server. There's really no rush. The phases are time-gated as always, so you won't miss out by taking your time. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more awesome Once Human content. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. And if you want to support me in making even more great content, you can buy me a virtual coffee. It helps a ton. Thanks again for all the support, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.